What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and today I just want to talk briefly about Neptunia Virtual Stars, which is a game I have been playing. So Compile Heart developed this game, which originally came out in Japan in August 2020. Now before I continue, I just want to state, I have never finished a Neptunia game, and I have only played very few of them. I would say I'm aware of the franchise mostly through osmosis because I just have so many people around me that talk about the franchise and are fans. So I hope you don't expect much from me since I'm a newbie to this franchise, so my point of view is not from a veteran or a longtime fan. Also, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Now, in the past year, maybe even 2 years, I would say we saw a huge boom in VTubers with companies like HoloLive, Nijisanji, and of course independent VTubers appearing and gaining a huge following.
What the fuck? How long did it take you to get to that rank?
On Twitch, YouTube, and even on their own social media sites depending on the country that you're from. Now, VTubers aren't something new. It's something that already has been happening. I mean, the most famous one probably is Kizuna Ai, which started back in 2016 if I'm not mistaken, and she gained quite the popularity. So VTubers are not necessarily something new, but I would say now in 2020, they have a lot more people focus on them maybe? I don't know, but compared to the time of Kizuna Ai and now, I think there's a lot more and there's a lot more variety. I mean, if you look now forward into 2021, there's a huge boom in VTubers with a lot of different ones, and there's so much variety, ranging from independent ones to ones who are in a company, and some with huge amount of budget to help them create amazing content. So of course, at least from what I understand, it seems Compile Heart wanted to jump on this train of VTubers, and what better way than to create a game featuring Neptunia characters and VTubers. Granted, I have seen the game being received mixed. Even here in the West, I have seen people have mixed reactions, with some excited and others not liking the game's concept and gameplay. For me, when I saw the game, I was like, well, this looks interesting, so I decided to give the game a shot. Now, the game takes place in a world called Virtualand, a digital world that exists alongside the networks of various dimensions. The planet currently is facing extinction due to the maleficent group of content destroyers known as Antis that are attacking the planet. In an act of desperation, the digital goddess of the planet emote, Feyre, sends a distress signal to other dimensions in hopes to find a savior of this planet. Now you would take the role of rising VTuber stars me and you, who are members of Mutual, and also helping you out will be the goddesses of Gamma Industry, Neptune, Noor, Blank, and Vert. So playing the game is interesting. So you have the VTubers and the goddesses of Gamma Industry, and they play differently. So Neptune, Noor, Blank, and Vert use guns. So you could say they play like a third-person shooter. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. Where the VTubers play a different way. As an example, Mi has a sword, so she plays a much different way than Neptune, since she is, could you say, a hack and slash maybe? I would say her style is more action than, of course, Neptune's and her friends, how they're playing. Same goes for you, but she uses a bow. However, even with her using a bow, she doesn't have like an aim sight compared to the other characters. Now you can switch back and forth super quickly between the VTubers and Neptune and her friends, and it's very easy. So I think it's also a big part of this game, trying to just switch and use all your assets and all their abilities to help you out when engaging in fights. Also, switching between characters is instant. I would say I prefer playing as Neptune due to her movement, since the VTubers can't slide around, and I like a lot the aiming. Now, this game also has RPG elements, of course, such as levels. You also have mana, you also have abilities that you can use in battle. And of course they use mana, and as you level up, you will be unlocking more abilities that you can use. Also, you will be able to collect items and use them, such as using items to regain health. Also, some items can be added to the characters to provide boosts in their stats. There's also like this aspect of rebuilding your base and even improving some of the buildings. So quite a lot in this game to do. Now, I haven't finished the game, but I have to say I'm having fun with what I have played so far and I'm really enjoying it. I feel it's super fun and entertaining. Granted, I'm in the beginning still. Especially I really enjoy using the resonance and finish drive during boss fights or whenever I'm using emotion arts. I feel they're super fun. The game also has a focus on music, so it's a big part of the game, especially during boss fights. Now, you're probably wondering, what about all the other VTubers that are supposed to be in the game? Do you play as one of your favorite VTubers? Well, at least for now, as far as I have played. I can say for now you don't play as any of the known VTubers, but as I said, I'm still in the beginning. I feel there's a lot that I have to play, but for now there's not even a hint of that, so I don't think so. Now, the game features though a lot of prominent VTubers.
人生はゲームと夢小説から学びました。どうも、水瀬しあやです。聞こえてる？電子要請。あなたの心に住まわせて。
And I would briefly have like a small list. If you're interested in seeing who's in the game, I'm gonna leave a link down below with the list. But it does seem you will be able to interact with them during the game at some point. You also get to see them during like loading screens or even during missions, as there are screens everywhere to watch some of the VTubers. Also, some of them can help you out as they can help you with assists. And as I said, I don't know if I would expect to be able to play as these famous VTubers, but hey, at least you get to interact with some of your favorite VTubers, so it is something. Now, this game has some issues. It is not perfect, ranging from enemies. When they reach a certain distance, they will just disappear, and then they respawn originally from where they started, which can be a little bit pain in the ass, especially for, you know, when you're using Neptune and you got that third-person shooter. Of course, you want to move, you want to take your distance, and it's a little bit like annoying when you take some distance and suddenly the enemies just respawn farther away from you. And also sometimes, I don't know if it's the enemies or what's going on, but a lot of them just disappear at times and then they randomly reappear in the same spot or they reappear somewhere else. Also, at least for me, I would say the enemies aren't that creative. Like, they look pretty generic and very uninteresting, even some of the bosses. Now, I am hoping as I continue playing the game, the design will improve, but it is something that, well, I will only find out playing more. But yeah, guys, overall, I'm really enjoying this game, and I'm really looking forward for when it comes out here in the West. I will make sure to support it. Even though I have the Japanese version, I will be buying the North America version for sure. And of course, I will try to put a review of that game once I have my hands on it. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to briefly talk a bit about my experience with the game so far. So this has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.